General Kim Ta stood at the large window of his office on the Human Alliance flagship, Dauntless *. He watched the stars with hands clasped behind his back. His face showed no emotion, but his eyes burned with a cold fire. "Sir, the transmission is starting," said Major Lee Sun from behind him. Tai did not turn around. "Put it on the main screen." The wall display flickered to life. The image showed a public square on Hegemony Prime, the capital world of the galactic hegemony. Thousands of aliens of different species gathered there. In the center stood a simple wooden platform. "They're using a primitive method," Lee Sun said quietly. "They want to make a statement." Ta said nothing. He watched as guards led a human man onto the platform. The man was thin but stood tall. His gray hair was cut short. His hands were tied behind his back, but he walked with dignity. This was Park Jin, diplomat of Earth's outer colonies. "Bring up his file," Tai ordered, his voice steady. A second screen showed Park Jin's information. Age: 67. Occupation: diplomatic envoy to the hegemony. Mission: peace talks regarding border disputes. Status: accused of espionage. Sentence: death. On the main screen, a hegemony official read charges against Park Jin. The alien's voice was translated by the ship's computer. Park Jin of Earth has been found guilty of spying against the galactic hegemony. The punishment is death. Let this serve as a warning to all humans who would challenge the might of the hegemony. The camera zoomed in on Park Jin's face. His eyes were calm. He scanned the crowd once, then looked directly at the camera. It was as if he could see through it to the people watching across the galaxy. "I am innocent of these charges," Park Jin said clearly. "I came in peace. Remember that." The hegemony official nodded to the executioner. A loop of metal wire was placed around Park Jin's neck. Tai's hand tightened into a fist, the only sign of his emotion. The platform dropped. Park Jin fell. The transmission ended. Silence filled the command room. The officers looked at each other, then at General Tai, who still faced the now blank screen. Admiral Ryu entered the room. His face was grim. "General Tai, I just received word. The Alliance Council is preparing a formal protest about this execution. They're calling an emergency meeting." Tai turned, his face a perfect mask. "A protest? How appropriate." "Sir," Admiral Ryu looked confused. "They kill one of our most respected diplomats on false charges, broadcasted across the galaxy, and our response is a strongly worded letter." Tai's voice remained calm, which made his words more chilling. "What would you suggest, General?" asked Admiral Ryu. Ta walked to his desk and picked up a small holographic frame. He pressed a button, and an image appeared. A younger Taz standing next to Park Jin, both in civilian clothes, smiling on a fishing boat. "No one in this room speaks of what I'm about to tell you," Ta said. "Park Jin was my father." Gasps filled the room. Major Lee Sun stepped forward. "Sir, I had no idea." "Few did," Ta said. "We kept it quiet for security reasons. He took my mother's family name for his diplomatic work." Ta set down the picture and activated a star map on his desk. It showed hegemony territory in red. "The Council will issue their protest. Let them. Meanwhile, I want battle plans for these systems." Ta pointed to 5 locations deep in hegemony space. "Military targets only. No civilians." "Sir," Admiral Ryu said carefully, "that would be an act of war." Ta looked up, his eyes now showing the rage he had contained. "They executed my father for crimes he didn't commit. They already declared war. They just don't know who they're fighting." He looked around the room at his officers. "The hegemony believes humans are weak. They think we will bow to their power." Tai's voice was soft, but reached every corner of the room. "They have made a mistake. They killed a man of peace and created a war they cannot win." Todd looked once more at the picture of his father. "And they have no idea what's coming for them." 25 years earlier, on the colony world of New Sol, A young Kim Ta ran through fields of tall blue grass. The twin suns made his shadow double on the ground. His father, Park Jin, called to him from the porch of their simple home. Ta, come inside. It's almost time. 12-year-old Tae raced back to the house, his face bright with excitement. Are they coming today, father? Park Jin smiled and ruffled his son's hair. Yes, the Moradian ambassador will be here for dinner. Remember what I taught you. Ta stood straight, trying to look serious. Listen more than you speak. Watch their eyes, not just their mouths. Every species shows truth in different ways. Good boy. Park Jin adjusted his son's collar. One day, you will understand why this matters. That evening, Todd watched with wide eyes as the tall, four-armed Moradian told stories of distant worlds. His father asked careful questions, nodded at the right times, and made the alien laugh. Later, they signed a trade agreement that would bring medicine to New Seoul. 10 years later, Tai stood in a military academy yard. Sweat ran down his face as he finished the combat course in record time. His instructor, Captain Kang, nodded with approval. You fight well, Cadet Kim, but you think even better. Ta wiped his brow. Thank you, sir. Your father is a peacemaker. Why did you choose the military path? Ta looked at the sky before answering. My father builds bridges with words. Someone needs to guard those bridges. Captain Kang studied him. Most cadets just want to shoot things. I want to protect things, Ta said. But to do that, I need to understand how to fight. That night, Tai called his father. Park Jin's face on the screen looked older, more tired. The hegemony rejected our proposal again, Park Jin said. They don't want peace, Tai replied. No, they want control. Park Jin sighed. But we must keep trying. War would cost too many lives. Ta nodded, but doubts filled his mind. 5 years later, Lieutenant Kim Ta led his first mission against pirates near the Outer Rim. His small ship approached the pirate base hidden in an asteroid field. Sir, there are 6 enemy ships, said Ensign Cho. We should wait for backup. No, Ta studied the display. They expect that. Look at their pattern. He pointed to the screen. They're ready for a frontal attack. We'll do something else. Ta directed his ship to release small drones carrying false heat signatures. The pirates scattered to attack what they thought were multiple human ships. While they were confused, Ta's ship slipped behind the largest pirate vessel. Target their engines only, Ta ordered. One precise shot disabled the pirate flagship. The other pirate ships, seeing their leader caught, quickly surrendered. When they returned to base, Admiral Yoon called Ta to his office. 30 pirates captured, no casualties on either side. The admiral looked impressed. How did you know that would work? I studied their previous attacks, Tai explained. They always fight the same way. I just did something unexpected. Admiral Yoon nodded. That's why we're promoting you to commander. We need officers who can think differently. As years passed, Kim Ta rose through the ranks quickly. His strategies always surprised enemies. His soldiers call him the Ghost because he appeared where no one expected him. He won victories without bloodshed when possible, but fought with cold precision when necessary. Through it all, he spoke with his father every week. Their paths were different, but their goal was the same, a safe future for humanity. I'm going to Hegemony Prime next month, Park Jin told his son during their last call. I've discovered something important, something dangerous. Be careful, father, Ta said, worry in his voice. Park Jin smiled. Always. And you, my son, are you still fighting shadows? Only the ones that threaten what we love, Tai answered. Neither knew it would be their final conversation. Grand Marshal Kulon tapped his 3-fingered hand on the polished black table. The Hegemony Council chamber was silent as the 7 members watched the recording of Park Jin's execution one more time. Good, Kulon said when it ended. The humans will see this and know their place. Counselor Vex, with his gray-scaled skin, nodded. The spy's death was necessary. Humans pushed too far into our space. He was not a spy, said a quiet voice. All heads turned to Hanju, the only human in the room. She sat at the far end of the table, her face calm, but her eyes sharp. As the hegemony's human expert, she was allowed to attend, but rarely spoke. Explain, Grand Marshal Kulon ordered. Hanju stood, her simple black uniform marking her as Intelligence Division. Park Jin was a diplomat. My research shows no evidence of spying. He asked too many questions about our military bases, hissed Counselor Vex. That is what diplomats do, Hanju said. But more importantly, this execution was a mistake. Kulon's yellow eyes narrowed. You forget your place, human. I speak as your advisor on human psychology, Hanju continued calmly. Unlike other species in the hegemony, humans can be driven by personal vendettas. Family bonds are particularly strong motivators. Are you suggesting their weak alliance will attack us? Counselor Milla laughed, her feathers ruffling. Their fleet is 1/5 our size. Hanju touched a control panel. A hologram appeared, showing military records. This is General Kim Ta of the Human Alliance Fleet. He has won 17 engagements without a single defeat. His tactics are unpredictable. I've heard of this ghost commander, said Military Director Krall. His victories are against pirates and rebels, not a proper empire. Yes, but, Hanju began. Kulon cut her off with a wave. Enough. The execution is done. If humans were going to fight, they would have built a larger fleet. They are peaceful because they are weak. Hanju persisted. There is something else you should know about General Kim Tae. You are dismissed, Kulon said firmly. We have heard enough human concerns. Hanju bowed slightly and left the chamber, her face still calm. As the door closed behind her, she whispered to herself, You should have listened. In her small office deep in the intelligence wing, Hanju studied the file on her screen. It had taken months of careful work to make the connection. Park Jin had changed his family name for diplomatic work, but the genetic markers were clear. General Kim Ta was Park Jin's son. Hanju hesitated, her finger over the alert button that would send this information to the council. They had ignored her warnings. Maybe they needed to learn this lesson the hard way. She closed the file without sending it. 3 days later, a junior officer rushed into the council chamber during dinner. Grand Marshal, we've lost contact with the military base on Proxima II. Kulon set down his eating tools. A communication failure, nothing more. No, sir, the officer said, his voice shaking. We received one final transmission. They were under attack. Impossible. Military Director Krall stood. Proxima is deep in our territory. Who would dare? The answer came 1 hour later, when every communication channel in the hegemony broadcast the same message. This is General Kim Ta of the Human Alliance. The military base on Proxima II has been neutralized. No civilian casualties. This is the first. There will be more. Kulon called an emergency meeting. The council members gathered, their faces showing alarm. Find Hanju, Kulon ordered. Bring her here now. But Hanju was already waiting outside the chamber. When she entered, she carried a single data pad. You called for me, Grand Marshal. What do you know of this attack? Kulon demanded. Hanju placed the data pad on the table. Everything I tried to tell you 3 days ago. The humans have declared war. Not their government, just one man. The one man you should have feared. Why would one general start a war? Asked Counselor Milla. Hanju displayed the genetic comparison on the screen. Because you executed his father. Silence fell on the council chamber as the truth sank in. What have we done? Whispered Kulon. General Kim Ta stood on the bridge of his flagship Dauntless as it dropped out of jump space. Through the main viewer, he could see the hegemony shipyard orbiting the gas giant Taurus VI. Massive warships hung in various stages of construction. Status report, Tide ordered. Major Lee Sun checked his display. No alarms yet, sir. They don't see us. Ta nodded. Deploy stealth drones. I want eyes on every part of that shipyard. Sir, Lee Sun said hesitantly, Alliance Command still hasn't approved this operation. I'm not waiting for approval. Ta's voice was calm. By the time they decide, the hegemony will be ready for us. On the tactical display, 12 small dots moved from the Dauntless toward the shipyard. Each drone was barely larger than a human hand, but carried advanced sensors. Drones in position, reported Captain Kang Min, the young weapons officer, ready to mark targets. Tai studied the images streaming from the drones. The shipyard was enormous, with over 30 ships under construction and thousands of workers. Mark these points. Todd pointed to specific locations on each incomplete warship, power cores, weapon mounts, and command centers only. Nothing else. Sir, Kang looked confused. We could destroy the whole shipyard and kill thousands of workers who are just doing their jobs. Ta shook his head. No, we disable the ships without mass casualties. That sends a clearer message. Major Lee Sun looked at his commander with new understanding. Even in revenge, Ta maintained lines he would not cross. Targets marked, Lee Sun announced. Missile batteries ready. Fire, Ta said simply. From the Dauntless 20 precision missiles launched. They moved slowly at first, then accelerated to speeds no hegemony tracking system could follow. On the shipyard, alarms finally began to sound. Defense platforms turned, searching for the source of the attack. But it was too late. The missiles struck their targets with perfect accuracy. One by one, the power cores of the unfinished warships went dark. Command centers sparked and burned. Weapon systems crumbled into twisted metal. Second wave, Tide ordered. Another volley of missiles targeted the shipyard's communications array and defense platforms. Sir, Lee Sun reported, they're launching fighters. As expected, Ta tapped his console. Activate countermeasures. From the shadowed side of a nearby moon, 6 small human attack craft appeared. They had been hiding there for days, waiting for this moment. They engaged the hegemony fighters, drawing them away from the Dauntless. All primary targets destroyed, Kang reported. Shipyard defenses neutralized. No civilian sectors hit. Ta nodded. Send the message. Every screen in the shipyard suddenly displayed General Kim Ta's face. His expression was calm but determined. People of the hegemony, he said. Your leaders executed an innocent man and called it justice. This is my response. I have disabled your ships and defenses but spared your lives. Remember this mercy. It may not last. The message ended. On the bridge of the Dauntless, Major Lee Sun approached Ta. Sir, we should leave before their reinforcements arrive. Not yet. Ta activated a small device on his wrist. One more thing. Throughout the shipyard, small data drives activated. They contained evidence of Park Jin's innocence and the real reason for his execution, his discovery of a planned hegemony first strike against Earth colonies. Now we go, Ta said. Set course for the Cygnus sector. Cygnus. Lee Sun looked surprised. That's their main fuel processing center. Yes. Ta's eyes were cold. And tomorrow, it won't be. As the Dauntless prepared to jump, Lee Sun studied his commander. Sir, may I ask a personal question? Ta nodded once. Does this help? Does it ease the pain of losing your father? Ta looked at the stars for a long moment before answering. No, he said quietly. Nothing will bring him back. But this isn't just about my pain. It's about making sure the hegemony never feels safe executing innocent people again. The Dauntless vanished into jump space, leaving chaos and fear behind. Flames rose from the Cygnus fuel processing center. Against the black of space, the orange fire made a deadly beautiful sight. General Kim Ta watched from the bridge of the Dauntless as automated tankers burned and storage tanks exploded. All military personnel have evacuated, Major Lee Sun reported. Civilian workers were gone before we arrived. Good. Ta nodded. Record this. Captain Kang Min activated the ship's communication system. A red light blinked, showing that they were recording. This is General Kim Ta of the Human Alliance. Ta began, his voice steady. For 20 years, the hegemony has threatened human worlds. You have taken our resources. You have killed our people. You executed a man of peace to hide your plans for war. Ta gestured to the burning facility behind him. Without this fuel center, 1/3 of your fleet cannot move. I have taken away your ability to threaten my people. For every innocent life you take, I will remove your capacity to take another. He leaned closer to the camera. You think humans are weak. You are wrong. We are simply patient. The recording ended. Ta turned to Lee Sun. Send it on all hegemony channels. Yes, sir. Lee Sun hesitated. Sir, the Human Alliance Council has sent 3 messages demanding we stop these attacks. And what would they have us do instead? Tai asked. They want to try diplomacy first. Tai's laugh was short and bitter. They executed our diplomat. What more answer do they need? Before Lee Sun could respond, the communications officer called out, Sir, incoming transmission from Earth. It's Admiral Ryu. Ta sighed. Put him through. Admiral Ryu's face appeared on screen. He looked tired and angry. General Kim Tai, you are ordered to cease all attacks on hegemony targets immediately and return to Earth. With respect, Admiral, I cannot do that, Tai replied. This is not a request, General. It is an order. Ryu's voice grew harder. You have started a war without authorization. The hegemony started this war when they executed my father, Ta said quietly. Admiral Ryu's eyes widened slightly. Your father. Park Jin was your father. Yes, a fact the council would have known if they had bothered to check. Ryu was silent for a moment. I understand your pain, General, but personal revenge is not a reason for war. This is not personal revenge, Ta said. This is justice. My father discovered the hegemony's plans to attack our colonies. That's why they killed him. Check the data I sent to Alliance Command. The Admiral looked at something off-screen, then back at Ta with surprise. We received your data package, but haven't verified it yet. Verify it, Ta said. Then tell the Council that while they debate, I am preventing a hegemony first strike. The transmission ended. On the bridge, Lee Sun approached Ta. Sir, we're receiving a signal from an unmarked ship. They're requesting permission to dock. Ta frowned. Identity. They won't say, but they're using an old Alliance code, one that's not in the main database. Tai's eyes narrowed. Let them dock. Double the guard in the hangar bay. An hour later, a woman in a plain gray uniform stood before Tai in his private office. Her face showed fatigue, but her eyes were alert. Intelligence Officer Choi Yuna. She introduced herself. I worked with your father. Tai studied her carefully. Prove it. She placed a small data crystal on his desk. Your father gave me this before he was captured. It contains everything he discovered about the hegemony's bioweapon program. Tai inserted the crystal into his computer. Files appeared, showing plans for a weapon that would target human DNA while leaving other species unharmed. They planned to release it during the next peace conference, Yuna explained. Your father found out and was going to expose them. Tai's hands tightened into fists, so they killed him to keep it secret. Yes. Yuna leaned forward. But there's more. The weapon is being developed at a hidden facility in the Orion Nebula. I have the coordinates. Ta looked up at her. Why are you helping me? The Alliance Council wants me to stop. Because some of us agree with you, Yuna said simply. The Council doesn't see the danger, but we do. We? A group of officers who believe the hegemony must be stopped, Yuna explained. Captain Kang Min is one of us. We've been gathering intelligence for years. Ta nodded slowly, a new plan forming in his mind. Set course for the Orion Nebula, he ordered through the intercom. We have a new target. Commander Drekthar stood on the bridge of the hegemony warship Vengeance *. His tall, lean body was covered in battle armor that gleamed under the ship's lights. 4 red eyes scanned the star map, searching for traces of his prey. General Kim Ta. He whispered the name like a curse. Behind him, Captain Zor cleared his throat. Commander, we've analyzed the attack patterns. There is no logic to them. The human strikes randomly. Drekthar turned slowly. No, he is not random. He is human. What difference does that make? Asked Zor. Everything. Drekthar moved to the tactical display. Humans are driven by emotion, but they channel it through logic. This General Ta feels rage, but he uses it with precision. Drekthar touched the display, marking the locations of Ta's attacks. Look closer. Each target has weakened our military capability without civilian casualties. He is not a madman. He is a surgeon. The Grand Marshal wants him eliminated, Zor said. The Council fears more attacks. As they should. Drekthar's eyes narrowed. But to catch this human, we must think like him. Where would I strike if I were hunting the hegemony? Drekthar studied the map again, then suddenly pointed to a sector near the Orion Nebula. There. That's where he will go next. There's nothing there, Zor protested. Just empty space. Exactly. Drekthar smiled coldly. The perfect place to hide something valuable. Set course immediately. Aboard the Dauntless *, General Kim Ta studied the scans of the nebula. The gases and radiation made it difficult to see the small moon where the hegemony had built their secret facility. Our sensors can't penetrate the outer layers, Major Lee Sun reported. We'll need to get closer. Too risky, Ta said. They'll detect us. Choi Yuna stepped forward. I have a solution. She handed Tai a small device. This will make our ship appear as a hegemony science vessel. The access codes are genuine. How did you get these? Lee Sun asked suspiciously. Not all hegemony citizens support their government's actions, Yuna replied. We have allies. Ta nodded. Use it. Get us as close as possible to the facility. The Dauntless * moved slowly into the nebula, its identification signal now marking it as the hegemony vessel * Scientific Discovery *. As they approached the hidden moon, a transmission came through. Scientific Discovery *. State your purpose, demanded a voice. Captain Kang Min answered in perfect hegemony standard. Routine sample collection of nebula gases. Our sensors detected unusual patterns. A pause. Proceed, but stay away from the southern hemisphere. Acknowledged, Kang replied. Once the transmission ended, he looked at Ta. The southern hemisphere. That's where the facility is. Tai turned to his team. Prepare a small strike force. We need to infiltrate, not attack. Our goal is to gather evidence and disable the bioweapon. Sir, Lee Sun said quietly, I'm receiving a priority alert. A hegemony hunter-killer ship just entered the nebula. The Vengeance *. Tai's expression darkened. Drekthar. You know him? Yuna asked. By reputation. The hegemony's best tracker. Ta thought for a moment. This complicates things, but doesn't change our mission. I'll lead the strike team personally. Lee Sun protested. Sir, that's too dangerous. This is my fight. Tai's voice left no room for argument. My father discovered this weapon. I will finish what he started. On the Vengeance *, Commander Drekthar studied the readings from his advanced sensors. There, he pointed to a faint signal. That's not a science vessel. The energy signature is all wrong. It could be sensor interference from the nebula, Zor suggested. No. Drekthar's 4 eyes blinked in sequence. That's our prey. General Tai is here. He activated the ship's weapon systems. He came to the one place he shouldn't have. Now I will end his campaign of revenge. Drekthar didn't know that Tai wasn't seeking revenge anymore. He was preventing genocide. And unknown to both hunter and hunted, their confrontation would determine the fate of two species. As the Vengeance moved silently through the nebula toward the disguised Dauntless the final pieces of a deadly game fell into place. Grand Marshal Kulon slammed his fist on the council table. The hegemony leadership chamber was in chaos. Reports of destroyed military bases and disabled ships came in every hour. How can one human cause so much damage? He demanded. Hanju stood quietly in the corner, watching. She had been recalled to advise the council, but they rarely listened. Marshal, Hanju said, there is something you need to see. She activated the main screen. A DNA comparison appeared, showing two genetic patterns side by side. The left is Park Jin, the diplomat you executed, she explained. The right is General Kim Ta. Councillor Mela leaned forward, her feathers ruffling. What are we looking at? Father and son, Hanju said simply. General Kim Ta is Park Jin's son. Silence fell over the room. Kulon's yellow eyes widened in shock. Why weren't we told this before? He finally asked. Hanju met his gaze. I tried to tell you. You dismissed me. Kulon turned to Military Director Krall. Is this confirmed? Yes. Krall nodded grimly. Our intelligence division verified it an hour ago. We executed the father of humanity's most decorated military commander. And now he wages a one-man war against us, Councillor Vex hissed. How do we stop him? Hanju stepped forward. You don't understand. This isn't just about revenge anymore. She displayed a new image on the screen. Plans for the bioweapon facility in the Orion Nebula. Park Jin discovered this before his capture, she continued. A weapon designed to target human DNA. He was executed to keep it secret. Councillor Mela gasped. That project was not approved by this council. It was approved by me, Kulon said quietly. All eyes turned to him. Humans are dangerous. We needed insurance. And now, Hanju said, General Ta knows about it. That's where he's headed next. Military Director Krall checked his datapad. Commander Drekthar's ship is in that sector. He can intercept Ta. It may be too late, Hanju warned. If Ta has proof of the bioweapon, he'll release it to all species in the galaxy. The hegemony will be condemned by every civilization. Kulon paced the room, his mind racing. Then we must change our approach. Hanju, you understand humans. What would make this General Ta stop his attacks? Justice, she answered without hesitation. Acknowledge his father's innocence. Dismantle the bioweapon program. Offer reparations to human colonies. Surrender. Kulon looked outraged. Never. It's not surrender, Hanju replied. It's recognizing a mistake before it destroys us all. On the hidden moon, General Kim Ta led his small team through dark corridors. They wore environment suits to protect against any accidental exposure to the bioweapon. The main lab should be ahead, Choi Yuna whispered, checking her scanner. Ta signaled for the team to stop. Something's wrong. Security is too light. Maybe they don't expect anyone to find this place, suggested Captain Kang Min. No, Ta shook his head. The hegemony is too careful. As if confirming his suspicion, alarms suddenly blared throughout the facility. Red lights flashed in the corridors. They know we're here, Ta said. Move faster. The team raced toward the main lab. When they reached it, Ta used an explosive charge to breach the door. Inside, they found what they were looking for. Vials of clear liquid stored in specialized containers. That's it, Yuna confirmed. The bioweapon. Tai activated his recorder, documenting everything. Download all research data. We need to prove what they planned. Kang accessed the main computer. Sir, according to these files, they were planning to release this during the next peace conference. Every human diplomat would have been infected. And they would have carried it back to Earth, Ta said grimly. Billions would have died. A voice came through their communicators. General, this is Major Lee Sun. The Vengeance has found us. They're charging weapons. Begin evacuation, Tai ordered. We'll be there soon. He turned to his team. Set charges. This facility can't remain operational. As they placed explosives around the lab, Yuna approached Ta. Your father died trying to expose this. Now you'll finish what he started. Ta nodded, a mix of grief and determination in his eyes. The hegemony needs to learn. Humans don't just seek revenge. We seek justice. The Dauntless shook as another blast from the Vengeance hit its shields. On the bridge, Major Lee Sun gripped his console. Shields at 40%. He shouted, we can't take much more. Outside, the gases of the Orion Nebula lit up with each weapon discharge. The two ships circled each other like ancient warriors. Where is the general? Lee Sun demanded. Shuttle approaching, reported the sensor officer. They'd made it out of the facility. On the view screen, a small shuttle raced toward the Dauntless with the massive form of the Vengeance turning to pursue it. Cover them. Lee Sun ordered. The Dauntless fired all weapons, forcing the Vengeance to defend itself instead of targeting the shuttle. Inside the shuttle, General Kim Tai held tight as the pilot made sharp turns to avoid enemy fire. Did you set the charges? Captain Kang Min asked. Yes, Ta nodded. The facility will be destroyed in 5 minutes. Choi Yuna secured the container holding the evidence they had gathered. This proves everything. The bioweapon, your father's innocence, the planned genocide. The shuttle rocked as a blast passed close by. Through the viewport, Tai could see the Dauntless engaging the Vengeance to protect them. We're losing too many people, he said quietly. The shuttle reached the Dauntless and landed roughly in the hangar bay. Tai and his team rushed to the bridge. As they arrived, Lee Sun looked up with relief. General, the Vengeance is preparing to fire its main cannon. Our shields won't hold. Tai studied the tactical display. The hunter-killer ship was indeed powering its main weapon, a gravity cannon that could tear a ship apart. All power to forward shields, Tai ordered. Prepare to fire our remaining missiles at these coordinates. He marked several points on the enemy ship. Sir, those aren't critical systems, Lee Sun noted with confusion. Exactly. Ta's eyes never left the display. We're not trying to destroy them. We just need to disrupt their firing sequence. As the Vengeance's cannon began to glow with energy, the Dauntless fired. The missiles hit the marked points, causing small explosions across the hunter-killer's hull. The glow of the cannon flickered and died. Their firing sequence is disrupted, Lee Sun reported, but they're still coming for us. Suddenly, the facility on the moon exploded. The shockwave rippled through the nebula, creating a storm of energy and gas that engulfed both ships. Hold position. Tai ordered as the Dauntless rocked violently. When the storm cleared, the Vengeance was drifting, its engines damaged. On its bridge, Commander Drekthar picked himself up from the floor. Get weapons back online, he roared. Sir, said Captain Zor, we're receiving a transmission. From the human ship. Drekthar hesitated, then nodded. Put it through. General Kim Tae's face appeared on their screen. Commander Drekthar, I could destroy your ship now, but I won't. Why? Drekthar asked, his 4 eyes narrowing. Because I want you to deliver something to the Hegemony Council. Ta held up a data crystal. This contains evidence of the bioweapon your leaders plan to use against humanity. The same weapon my father discovered before he was executed. Drekthar's expression changed as understanding dawned. The diplomat was your father. Yes. Ta's voice remained steady. Tell your council that I have sent copies of this evidence to every species in the galaxy. Their plan for genocide is exposed. You could have killed us all, Drekthar said, studying the human carefully. That would make me like them, Tay replied. I fight to protect, not to exterminate. As the transmission ended, Drekthar turned to his crew. Stand down, weapons. Sir, Captain Zor looked shocked. This human has honor, Drekthar said quietly. More than our leaders, it seems. He stared at the data crystal that had been transmitted to their ship. Set course for Hegemony Prime. The Council must face what they have done. Aboard the Dauntless Ta watched as the Vengeance turned and moved away. They're leaving, Lee Sun said with surprise. We won. No, Ta shook his head. This isn't about winning. It's about truth. Grand Marshal Kulon stood before the massive windows of the Hegemony Council chamber. Outside, thousands of citizens gathered in the square below. They had seen the evidence General Kim Ta had released. They knew what their leaders had planned. They want your head, Hanju said, joining him at the window. All 7 worlds of the hegemony are demanding answers. Kulon's shoulders slumped. And what would you have me do, human? Face them. Tell the truth. Before Kulon could answer, the doors slid open. Commander Drekthar entered, followed by 2 guards escorting a figure in a Human Alliance uniform. Kulon turned, his yellow eyes widening. General Kim Ta. Ta stood tall, his face calm but his eyes cold. He was unarmed, yet every person in the room could feel his power. You are bold to come here, Kulon said. Or perhaps foolish. Neither, Tay replied. I come to end this properly. Kulon gestured to the guards. Leave us. When only Kulon, Drekthar, Hanju, and Tay remained, the Grand Marshal spoke again. You have destroyed our military capability, exposed our secret plans. What more do you want? Justice, Ta said simply. Acknowledge that my father was innocent. Tell your people and the galaxy the truth about what you planned. And if I refuse? Ta nodded toward the window. Your own people will demand it. The evidence is clear. Kulon studied the human general. You could have destroyed us completely. Why didn't you? Because that would dishonor my father's memory, Tai answered. He believed in peace, in understanding between species. He died for that belief. Hanju stepped forward. Grand Marshal, the other counselors have already voted. Either you speak to the people, or they will replace you. For a long moment, Kulon was silent. Then he straightened his shoulders. Very well, I will speak the truth. The great square of Hegemony Prime fell silent as Grand Marshal Kulon stepped onto the platform. The same platform where Park Jin had been executed months before. People of the hegemony, Kulon began, his voice carried by thousands of speakers across the 7 worlds. I come before you to confess a grave injustice. He told them everything. The false charges against Park Jin, the secret bioweapon, the planned genocide of humans. The human standing beside me is General Kim Ta, Kulon said, gesturing to Ta, son of Park Jin, whom we wrongfully executed. He could have destroyed us in revenge. Instead, he showed restraint that I did not possess. The crowd murmured in shock. From this day forward, Kulon continued, the Hegemony Council is dissolved. A new governing body will be formed with representatives from all species, including humans. With those words, Kulon removed his insignia of office and handed it to Ta. Justice is served. 3 weeks later, General Kim Ta stood before his father's memorial on Earth. He placed his own military insignia at the base of the stone. It's done, father, he said quietly. The hegemony has changed. A new council forms, with Hanju and Major Lee Sun representing humanity. The bioweapon program is dismantled. He touched the cold stone. You always said understanding was possible. You were right. A young cadet approached hesitantly. General Ta, I'm sorry to interrupt. Tay turned. "It's all right, Cadet." "Sir, I wanted to ask." The young man hesitated. "Was it worth it? The war, I mean. Was it just for revenge?" Tay looked up at the sky, where ships from dozens of formerly oppressed worlds were arriving for the first true Galactic Peace Summit. "No," he answered. "It wasn't for revenge. It was for justice. My father died believing in a galaxy where different species could coexist with mutual respect. I fought to make that possible." He placed a hand on the cadet's shoulder. "Remember this, young one. Even in war, we fight for peace. Even in anger, we seek justice, not vengeance. That is what makes us human." As they walked away, Ta looked back once more at his father's memorial. The setting sun cast a golden light on the stone, as if approving of what his son had accomplished. The galaxy would remember how that hegemony hanged a man, unaware his son was a ruthless human general. But more importantly, they would remember how that son turned a quest for revenge into a path to peace.